I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for joining us on TCM. We're in the final days, 31 days of Oscar, which runs through Sunday, the night of the 98th Academy Awards. Tonight, a lineup of Oscar-nominated films about doctors. Up next, a tender melodrama starring Margaret Sullivan in her final movie role. From Columbia in 1950, No Sad Songs for Me. Sullivan plays a suburban mother who learns from her doctor she only has about a year to live. Rather than tell her husband and young daughter, she decides to dedicate the time she has left to ensuring they're loved and cared for after she's gone. The movie was directed by Rudolph Maté, who, in addition to being a talented director, was a distinguished cinematographer. He holds the record for the most consecutive cinematography Oscar nominations without a win, 5. For the lead role in No Sad Songs for Me, Maté originally wanted Irene Dunne. Part was also offered to Olivia de Havilland before going to Margaret Sullivan, who had not appeared on the big screen in 7 years. 10 years earlier, Sullivan had been in probably her best-known film, starring opposite Jimmy Stewart in Ernst Lubitsch's charming 1940 romantic comedy, The Shop Around the Corner. Throughout her career, Sullivan was primarily a stage actress. Adept at both comedy and drama, she only made 17 movies, but they left an indelible mark, delivering warm, deep, and emotive performances that resonated with both audiences and critics. In addition to Margaret Sullivan's moving performance, No Sad Songs for Me features a beautiful score by George Dooning, who earned the film's sole Academy Award nomination. A prolific and versatile composer, Dooning was the man responsible for the scores to From Here to Eternity, Picnic, and The World of Susie Wong, among others. Nominated for 5 Academy Awards, Dooning, like director Rudolph Maté, never won. From Columbia in 1950, also with Wendell Corey as the husband, young Natalie Wood as the daughter, and John McIntyre as the doctor. No Sad Songs for Me. No Sad Songs for Me marked Margaret Sullivan's final film appearance. Bosley Crowther of the New York Times praised her performance, describing how the role could have been distasteful and depressing, but Sullivan handled it with, quote, fluent and elevating grace. Not since Bette Davis played Dark Victory, Crowther wrote, has a subject of such peculiar anguish been handled so delicately. Now that Miss Sullivan is back among us, he continued, with her glowing smile and her melting voice, let's hope that we'll be seeing her often. But as it turns out, this became Margaret Sullivan's final film. She suffered ongoing bouts of depression and anxiety for much of her life, in part due to a congenital ear defect that caused significant hearing loss. Sullivan died 10 years after she made No Sad Songs for Me of an accidental overdose at the age of just 50. She was found in bed with a script for the play she was appearing in, called Sweet Love Remembered. Coming up, another medical melodrama. Olivia de Havilland, Robert Mitchum, and Frank Sinatra star in Not as a Stranger. It is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Not as a Stranger, then Johnny Belinda, and later, The Narrow Margin. Oscar has a close call tonight.